What is going on YouTube? This is the Rank Kid here, and this is a new discussion time episode on Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon. And I know some of you might know this. Hey Rank Kid, why haven't you talked about Disney Channel or Disney XD? Well, I'll tell you this. They both suck. Except for the reruns of Kick Buttowski, except for Phineas and Ferb, except for Gravity Falls, and except Camp Lake Bottom. Those shows are awesome. Now, when I think about Cartoon Network, it's not great. I mean, I know a lot of people who hate the news shows like Clarence, Adventure Time, Regular Show, or all the above. Now, I do like Regular Show. I enjoy seeing Adventure Time, and yes, I really don't like Clarence that much. And I do enjoy Steven Universe. That's a pretty good show. But really, I just don't think. I mean, and I hate it when they always show Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Show something people like. Stop showing the same movies. There's no point of seeing these movies. They show the same movies. Cartoon Network or any executives, if you hear me, stop doing it. Kids do not like to see the same movies. Now for Nickelodeon, I have no favorite show. The only show that I have that is still surviving, that I still like, is The Fairly Odd Parents. That is the only show that I like. I used to like SpongeBob, but now he annoys me. So I guess I grew up to be Squidward after all. Except I don't play the clarinet. God, I grew up so fast. Now, really, I just think that Nickelodeon sucks. Like, they just show reruns of all these dumb shows. And the only thing I mean, they're living off of reruns. And that stupid Raving Rabbits cartoon. I wouldn't call it stupid because I did see it briefly. And why is it a cartoon? It didn't deserve to be a cartoon. It was just one video game. They're a little late on that, you know? And the whole constant reruns of this and that is just stupid. Especially Nicktoons. They show the same shows. They show Fairly Odd Parents, SpongeBob, Cat Scratch, and any other show that I used to watch during my elementary school or middle school years. This is unacceptable. You cannot just keep showing that on Nicktoons, but on Nickelodeon, they just show these stupid live action shows and they hardly show any animated television shows. Kids love cartoons. Stop trying to appeal to teenagers and tweens and just appeal to a younger audience. Why do you think there's Teen Nick? Even Teen Nick can show 90s shows, but the but the just but the first Nickelodeon can't anymore. Just because they did that in the 90s, they don't want to do that now, but they do that on Teen Nick at night. What? This is ridiculous. And what I think about Cartoon Network was when Cartoon Network was slowly changing when I was still a young lad in my elementary school years. It really didn't grow on me. I just watched it because I had nothing to do. I didn't have my laptop, I didn't have an iPad, I didn't have a PlayStation. All I did was just play with toys, go outside with my friends, which I still do from time to time, and just eat. That's it. I used to enjoy that. Now since I got this, I just go on YouTube a lot because there's nothing interesting that I find besides Regular Show, Adventure Time, or Steven Universe to be on. Either I'm too bored to watch television, or I just have nothing to do. I only watch it if some of my electronics get taken away, or if I just got a shower, or whatever. You didn't need to know about the shower part. Don't look at my nudes. But really, I just don't think that Cartoon Network can live up to the sweet potential it did back when I was in elementary. Because in my elementary years, Cartoon Network had me glued to the TV. Now it has me away from the TV. And I don't want to talk about Disney Channel because Disney Channel doesn't know what it wants. It doesn't want to be for, it doesn't know if it wants to be for cartoons. It just shows stupid pop sensations. Like these stupid kids who can sing. Why? And on Nickelodeon, that Henry Danger thing, which I talked about in my like opinions on the Fairly Odd Parents movie. That video won't be in the description below, but just check out my channel. But that, but Henry Danger is one of the most clicheist, dumbest shows. Like it's just a cliche. It's just a walking cliche of a show, and it's ordered 13 seasons. Typical 13 seasons. It's done for. It won't even make it to it won't even. It will have like one season, 10 episodes, not 13. That's just as far as it's gonna go. One movie, one season. That's it. No awards, no nothing. One movie, one season, done. But if it's one movie, 3 seasons, then they're freaking stupid. Because Henry Danger is just a cliche about a typical boy who gets superpower and becomes a superhero. That has been done to death. It's been done in movies. And I think some TV shows as well. It's nothing new. And when Cartoon Network was still in its stupid live action show phase, they had some good shows. And the only one that was good was Out of Jimmy's Head, which a lot of people say sucked, but I liked it. It was a mix between animation and live action, which was tried to be dealt with. Even in Mary Poppins, I don't know how they pulled that off, but it was only like the 40s or 50s by the time it came out, and they didn't have technology like this back then. But still, I just think that Cartoon Network is horrendous. Besides the 3 shows, it's horrendous. And what did they do? What did they show in the morning? Take a guess. They show stupid Beyblade reruns or Tom and Jerry or Looney Tunes. Who wants to wake up to the same show? Like, so what? I'm in 10th grade and I still watch cartoons. You could be at any age and like cartoons. There is no age restriction. It doesn't make you a man child. It doesn't make you Christian. It makes you human still. And whoever laughs at this might dislike it, saying, you're in 10th grade and you're still watching cartoons. Aren't you supposed to be watching MTV? MTV sucks. Not doing it on a video. Hands down. Besides that, I just think that Cartoon Network has gotten dull and it doesn't know where to go. Even Disney Channel is all over the place. It wants to appeal to pop music. It wants to catch on any trend possible. And I just hate it when it's those shows who try to get the appeal of these stupid little white teenage girls who just like the show out of the boys or the girls. And they just take up after them. Like, does Disney Channel actually have a thing for little teenage girls? Don't get me wrong. Don't just bash on me. I'm just saying. I mean, just look at Patrice Wilson. He's in every video with a white girl in it. We already know he's a pedophile. Hands down. So, anyway, in a nutshell, I think that Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon aren't going nowhere. And they only have, and listen, so Cartoon Network only has 5 shows, which makes it still stand. And what I think about Gumball? It had no reason. And in the original pilot, Gumball was actually taller. It's gotten dumb. In that episode where they just show what everybody else is doing, like the background characters, what a waste of an episode. And Teen Titans Go is the worst show I've ever seen. It has no point. And if you can get half of the original crew and cast, the original cast, why can't you get the same animation? I don't care if you say, hey, the more you bash on Teen Titans Go, the original Teen Titans then come back. Well, we're still gonna bash on it, you little prick. And it is some stupid kids who like this because whenever there's an action show, like listen, whenever there was a new action show that was coming out on Cartoon Network, it would always be short lived. Kids don't want to see action anymore because they are retarded. They just want to see stupid, over the top bullshit humor just thrown at their faces over and over and call it comedy gold. This is worse is Cartoon Network's interpretation of memes with words. They're not funny. Especially repeating a random line or a random clip from a cartoon is so unfunny. It is not funny whatsoever. How do you find this funny? I can find regular show or Adventure Time or Steven Universe funny, but Gumball, it's hardly funny. It's hardly funny, and it only has one creepy pasta, which is a shocker because not every show has a creepy pasta. Even Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends has one where Frankie had schizophrenia. Like everybody, like the whole Foster's Home people are just a figment of her imagination. But anyway, I just think that Cartoon Network is just going somewhere. It's trying to be experimental. Well, experimenting isn't something that you shouldn't do all the time. And the Mitchell show, it should have just stayed on the internet. Like, what next? That's like, I mean, oh yeah, and if you want to know what I think about the annoying orange show when they showed it, I was so when they announced it, I was so angry I wanted to throw my PlayStation out the window. Because the annoying orange is so unfunny. So unfunny. He's worse than Fred. And that is saying a lot. Hold on. Sorry, I had to get something out my eye. Sorry, but still, I just think I just think the Cartoon Network shouldn't have done that. I mean, I got so angry when it came on. I was just like, oh my god, this show's on. I just had to change it to something else. Just this show, that show was worser than the Fred show. Fred the show was so boring. It was unfunny and his voice was even more annoying. Except that his voice was less high pitched, which is a blessing. High pitched voices and talking fruit is not funny. If I wanted to watch a show with talking fruit, I'd watch VeggieTales. But I don't do that anymore because I'm getting too old. But besides that, if all you little 8-year-old, if you 4 to 8-year-old kids want to show about talking fruit, watch VeggieTales. That show was at least somewhat funny when I was 4. The annoying orange has no right to exist more than Fred's show. And Fred doesn't deserve to be alive or famous. And I know it's going to be a lot of haters, but Fred sucks. So, in a nutshell, Cartoon Network is trying to be experimental as they can be. Nickelodeon is it's awful. It has to end. I'm sorry. Like the show that they are showing now, it's not helping. it is bringing the death to Nickelodeon even further. And if there's another live action show, it is going to make it much, much worse. Live action shows are not that amusing. Bring the tunes. We want the tunes. We want the tunes. Not the TUNES, the TOONS. That is what we want. Screw the live action shows. They can die in a fiery pit. We want the tunes. So anyway, this is the Rant Kid. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment. Make sure you contact me on Facebook. Share my videos wherever site you want, on Reddit or Imgur. No, you can't share it on Imgur. But still, make sure you just contact me on Facebook. You already know what to do. And subscribe. Please, please subscribe. This is the Rant Kid. This is the last video for the day. There will be more videos tomorrow, and I will see you all later. And screw Disney Channel, screw Disney XD, and screw Nicktoons.